Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have your bounty team that's going to score you the maximum points using the new troop, of course. So you see me here getting, buying up in the shop. I go to tier 4. That is the very least you're going to buy in the shop if you're trying to get this completed all the way. And recommend definitely going to 5 for most people. That way you can just use one minor blue orb. I use two minor blues. I just have, I'm just more minor blues than I have of gems. You know what I mean? So if it's the other way around for you, you want to buy up to tier 5. Tier 4 is if you have more blue orbs than gems, and tier 5 is if you have, like, less blue orbs. And, basically it's based on your blue orbs. So this troop, the new troop does scatter damage and explodes like a little, 3x3. Um, it does something like if you have Emperor Liang on your team, it does something. It barriers your first two allies or something like that. But that's never going to happen. It's kind of weird. It's a bounty troop, so when are you ever going to have Emperor Liang on your team? Kind of stupid. I don't know why they did that. But Hound of Liang is its name. And you're just going to use it during bounty and probably never again after that. Emperor Liang is kind of an underrated troop. I see some people pooping on him. I don't use him that often, but I think, like, in a vacuum, he's not terrible, Emperor Liang. It's just like there's always better choices, almost always, whenever you're using him. So um, I don't think you're ever going to make a team with Emperor Liang and Hound of Liang on the same team. I don't think that's ever going to happen unless you're just doing it for fun, just to use the troop with him just because it says to. I went with Corpse Mare, Tigraki Warrior, Ogress, and Hound of Liang. So you know how bounty goes. You use pretty much the same team every time. Sometimes I'll try to use a different team to get through the early battles quickly. Sometimes I'll try to build a team around of Hound of Liang or the new bounty captain, whatever it may be at the time. But this time it just didn't, wasn't the case. I think you might as well start off using the best team. It was pretty quick anyway. And then the Hound of Liang just isn't worth building a team around. One good thing about the Hound of Liang early, it does explode a gem and it deals scatter damage, so very early on, if you cast it, it might wipe the entire team out, but only for like the first 3-4 battles. After that, it's not going to, and I don't know, it becomes less and less important to cast as you go. And then it has like a little bit of value late, but not, I mean, it's like not totally useless sometimes. But you're not really casting it for its damage. You'd be casting it ever so occasionally to get like a giant bomb or something for its 3x3 explode. If you really want to sit there and scrutinize the board, you might be able to set up some board control type of stuff with it, with the little 3x3 explode. Or you might be able to hit some giant gems of a color that you need. Maybe do some mana generation. So it's not totally useless, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close to totally useless. You'll see me use it here, just trying to use it. Every time I used it deeper in, I probably shouldn't have. But every once in a while, like I said, it's kind of like taking skulls almost. If you're taking skulls, you're knocking their armor off, so you're kind of making your Tigraki hit less hard. But Tigraki is not going to be able to kill everything by itself, so sometimes you do take skulls, and the combination of like skulls and the corpse mare will kill something. So it's not, like I said, it's not totally useless all the time, but a lot of the time you should just not cast it. Depends. If you have nothing else up, and there's a red and a brown giant gem next to each other, it's not the worst thing in the world to cast it where you would catch that brown and red giant gem up in its explosion, so you could get Tigraki up, for example. But if you have Ogress up or Corpse Mare up, you're definitely going to want to cast those first instead. So how this team works, basically you're getting up the Ogress, you're casting it, you're getting everything else up. You're casting Corpse Mare on rows with a lot of skulls in it, or sometimes you can make like an extra turn with the Corpse Mare. If you hit like there's like 2 red and then like a green or something, and then 2 red under that green, you can knock out the row with the green in it and get the extra turn where the red would be hitting each other. The 2 would fall on the 2. Stuff like that. But most of the time it's just like Tigraki Warrior on the enemy with the most armor. Corpse Mare will be hitting the first enemy most of the, and then like a little bit of Skulls and Ogress, combination to kill like from the top down, and then Tigraki killing from the most armor, first, and helping out the Corpse Mare and stuff. So I don't think you could do much better than this. There's other true damage troops you can use, but I like Corpse Mare the most. You got Ogress covering green and brown. You got Corpse Mare covering yellow and blue, and you got Tigraki covering red and brown. So if you use anything else, it's almost like, I don't know. Corpse Mare is yellow and blue. It has no mana conflict at all with Ogress or Tigraki. If you use something like Soldier of Wrath, it uses red, so now you got red and red with Tigraki, so you're not going to get up as easy as the Corpse Mare would. And then there's like Rift Links, which also uses red, so once again, it's the same mana color as Tigraki. You don't really want that. That's my reasoning for using the Corpse Mare. It's a decent tank. It also does some mana generation by hitting a row, and it uses 2 colors that Tigraki does not use. But as you can see there, I'm getting the maximum points by using all bounty troops. Type NTY when you're searching to get all your bounty troops. If you want to try to make a different bounty team, just make sure you use all bounty captains, and you have to use the new troop, the Hound of Liang. You have to have the Hound of Liang on your team, and you pretty much have to have Tigraki on your team. So half your team already is like a must-have. So here at the end, I put my blue Guild Wars team on here in case you need it. I'm not sure. You know how Guild Wars goes. PC, mobile, Xbox, PlayStation, we all have different colors on different days, so these Guild Wars videos are not really worth making most of the time unless you do it on like Tuesday. Otherwise, it's just diminishing returns after that. And I already have like all my teams on a single video out there that you can search up and see every single one of my teams. But since the bounty was pretty straightforward and easy, I got to level 20 like super fast. Got and started getting maximum points pretty quickly. I decided to show my blue Guild Wars team here. We got Sycorax, Queen Beatrix, Jar of Eyes, and the Mirage Queen. So I like using Sycorax during Guild Wars, even though he kind of failed me. She kind of failed me during Brown Day the other day. I went 3-2. Oh my gosh. And, well, I got Goblin to death where they just didn't give me a turn, so I couldn't do anything. My freeze hit the wrong thing. They just got going, and they never stopped. And every troop they had on their team got an extra turn. They got cleansed, like, really quickly. And I was just unlucky. And it's just how Guild Wars is. I was talking about that on live stream the other day. Guild Wars isn't really, like, as skillful as you would think sometimes. Like, if you lose because of RNG, like, it doesn't feel so good. When you play games like Dark Souls, or you play, you play Arena in Gems of War or something where it takes skill and you know why you lost and it's your own fault that you lost, it feels different than if you just lose because of RNG and, like, the other team just never gives you a turn. That doesn't feel like you did anything wrong. It just feels like you got unlucky. So that's more frustrating to me than losing because I did something wrong, to where I can do better next time and correct it. So if you really want to, like, never lose in Guild Wars, you almost have to have at least 2 teams for each color, and then your defend team. So you're pretty much dedicating 3 different teams for each color. All of a sudden, you need 18 freaking team slots just for Guild Wars, and it's like, how much do you really care about, maybe rock, paper, scissor in this thing? Do you really want to scissor during Guild Wars? But yeah, I don't want to scissor. So, but yeah, that's your bounty team. Probably the best one you could do. That's your blue Guild Wars team, if you still need it. I don't know. We'll have spoilers tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe. Live stream on Sunday, 10 a.m. EST. Consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.